Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Hope that you're doing great today. Hope it's a wonderful day wherever you are. It's a beautiful morning here. The sun is quite bright and I'm just looking forward to the spring. I don't know about you, but the winter's been long and cold and rainy here. And I do love the seasons. I know many of you, we've talked about this before, but I also like the warmth and I like the seasons as they happen. So I'm looking forward to that tulip time. And we do have beautiful flowers around here. It's really wonderful to see everything out in blossom. We're starting to poke them, through the grass. So it's wonderful. Anyway, I hope that you're doing great this morning. I've got a bit of a funny throat. I've got my Lady Grey tea this morning, and it's beautiful. So I've got a good cup of tea, so hopefully this is going to help my throat today. Anyway, I hope you're doing great, and I've got a bit of a challenge for you today, something that's really, really interesting. And if you want to try this out, I'd be really interested in how you get on. And it's based around an article that was written by one of our bloggers, Donne Davis. And Donna, it's her story. It's kind of her story about a challenge that she gave herself. And I'll tell it from that perspective, but I've actually done this in my life several times, and it's really been amazing. And so I wanted to share with you what she went through and see whether it applies to you. Now, are you one of these people that says every month as you're sitting down to pay the bills, I've really got to get my spending under control? I've ended my paying job. I've got maybe a pension coming in, and I'm just going to have to figure out a way to do something about my spending. We've got our fixed expenses that we really can't do too much about unless we move house or do a sharing situation. But we can do something with the things we buy every day, those little things. Now, Donna, of course, she's like all of us, says, okay, I'm 60 years old. I should have figured this out by now. This shouldn't be so hard. But I don't know what it is about certain people having trouble budgeting. Really trying to figure out what they can spend money on and then sticking to that. And now actually there's so many temptations. If you go online, you're seduced by advertisement and things to buy all the time. And because of the way that Google advertising works, as soon as you make an inquiry online about something, the next second you see an ad for it pop up. So anyway, it's tough. I would say it's a little tougher now. But, still, we've got to get control of this. And Donna has an idea. She did something that might work for you. So her idea was to start a spending challenge, a retirement spending challenge. And she decided to go for a whole week without spending any money. Nothing. No cash, no credit cards, no coupons, nothing. She could not spend anything on stuff. She had gas in the car, some food in the fridge, and she was going to make do with what she had. Now, I've actually done this before, not for a week, but for several days, and sometimes by necessity, sometimes because it was a test to see whether I could do it. And she said, I've got a bit of food in the house. I've got enough gas in my car. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to go for a whole week without spending any money. Now, Donna, like many of us, says, she's not a terribly big shopper. Like, she doesn't sort of go to the mall many times a day to buy things. But her weakness, like several people, including me, is online shopping. So easy. Amazon, Zappos for shoes, if you're a shoe buyer. There's just so many, and it's so simple to just go online, press a few buttons, and then you've got instant click to buy, one click. And that one click can be, the next $30 that you didn't mean to spend. So she said, that was the toughest thing for her, was to overcome the online shopping temptation. How about you? You the same? I bet we all have our favorite places that we go online, and when we go there, we can say we're just looking, and we may actually not buy anything that actual second, but we do actually tempt ourselves too much. So anyway, online shopping was one thing she had to get rid of. Another thing, she really hadn't stocked up on any treats, so you don't realize during a week how much you reach for those treats. For me, it's sometimes a handful of nuts, or I know a healthy cookie, but they're not so healthy. and certainly several handfuls of nuts isn't good for you. So that's from a calorie perspective. But she had a little bit, but she didn't have enough, and suddenly all her cravings became really enhanced, magnified. She wanted, in fact, she liked salted caramels too. She said all that salted caramel, gelato, and all these amazing things that captured her eye. They became not just a nice to have, but a must have. But she worked it. She worked through it, and she really had to consciously come up with ways to avoid making that purchase, and talking to herself about, do you need it? Do you want it? Can you do without it? And that was the way she managed it. Now, resisting the allure, she said. She lives in a small town, so she had to go pick up her post every day, and guess where the post was? Yeah, it was in England. It's like at the back of a shop. So you have to walk through all the aisles of amazing little deli treats and chocolate treats to get to the post office. So that was her biggest thing, was really, countering the temptation. As she walked by the window, all the muffins baking, you could smell them, and the sense of smell is really bad for desire. So she had to really overcome that allure of the senses, and every day go get her post, or every other day. I think she actually compromised. She said it was killing her. She kept going. And then she says when the week was over, she went through all this stress and self-talk and meditation and all the things to kind of avoid succumbing to temptation. She said at the end of it, she was just so proud of herself. And I think this is the number one thing that you gain from doing something like this, that you just did it. You were really, really able to achieve an objective. And I think from a happiness perspective, they've shown that when you accomplish something like that, the happiness, the hormones in your body go way up, because it's just that accomplishment, that achievement. You were true to yourself. So that was the first thing. She was super proud that she did it. Number two, of course, she saved a lot of money. She didn't realize how much she was spending on, the coffee at the cafe and the extra muffin, and going out to buy that chocolate bar or a treat, or that 20 or 30 or more dollar purchase on Amazon. She didn't buy any gifts for people that week. She wasn't able to give, which is a huge thing for women our age. But she did manage to hold back, and she saved a lot of money. And the third thing that was really, really wonderful for her was that she approached then the whole business of shopping in the next few weeks and ongoing in a completely different way. Money somehow became precious, and she was not only proud that she had compromised, like not bought the bottled water but lived on tap water. She survived. She didn't buy her dog this extravagant dog food. He just ate dog food. And she sort of found her whole shopping habit had changed from buying carelessly to spending more time thinking about it. Did she really want that? Was that necessary? And so she said, it changed her whole system of habits and priorities, and it gave her something that every woman needs for all kinds of things: losing weight, saving money, and just getting on with their lives. And that's having willpower. Having the willpower to have a conversation with yourself, to do something good for yourself. Being able to state an intention and then do it. So how many times have you done that? Said, I'm going to do this, I got up in the morning and I'm not going to do this today. And then you end up doing it like 10 minutes later. It's just really, really hard because you haven't got that willpower that comes from doing an experience like this. There was a goal, she set it and achieved it. And I've done this too, and it really is a wonderful thing. So I guess the question for you is, have you ever done this? Has anybody ever done a sort of a spending challenge where you've given yourself a period of time and said, I'm not spending any money during that period? How was it? How did you get on? And did you succeed? And did you have any realizations, like Donne did, that it was really an exercise in self-control, positivity, and as much as saving money? How did you get on? I'd really like to hear your stories. I bet lots of people have tried this. But if you wanted to do it, If you want to try, why don't we set a day? Maybe you can do it today. You know, say maybe today you're going to not spend a penny. You're going to just use what's in your cupboard. See, and I've surprised you now, so you weren't expecting this, so you really won't be able to go out and buy that one little thing that you wanted. You truly are going to have to eat what's in the cupboard and the fridge, and try not to buy anything online. Have a spending fast today. And of course, you don't have to do this at all. It's just a thought, because I'm not going to do it. But if you want to do it, it's a great idea. It's a great practice. Go ahead and try to give yourself a spending fast today. Go on take a challenge. See how far you go. Okay, well, I hope that's been helpful. I hope it's given you some ideas for getting your spending under control. I think by doing that spending challenge, you might change the way that you shop. Might be the case. And anyway, I do hope that you have a great day. Thank you so much for being here, for showing up and joining us this morning. And just go out and have a wonderful day. Do something precious and good for yourself. And that's my bell ringing, so I better go. Take good care, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Goodbye for now. Take care.